Gouache is a type of water-based paint, so you could say it's an acrylic. But remember, it is nothing like this other type of acrylic, our 3-gen paints. These are also water-based paints, but the finish you get is entirely different. You might say that a gouache is more like tempera than the 3-gen paints. That said, unlike tempera, gouache has a much heavier pigment load, as you can see. It's a thick paint, and that heavier pigment load ensures that the finish is matte. If you dilute it with a bit of water, the paint starts to flow, and you can start to imagine the kind of effects this might be good for. Most of all, I use them to create all sorts of weathering effects. All those effects that we've been creating with enamels until now. Earthy or sandy effects, and to imitate dust, dirt and mud. This set of gouache paints includes 5 earthy tones and 1 greenish tone. You can use the earthy tones to imitate dust and dirt, while the greenish tone can be used to imitate moss or mould. They can be applied to all sorts of scenes, constructions, anything you like. To show them to you today, I'll be using this model. As you can see, I'm going to pre-dust this whole area. I'll pre-dust the area using an airbrush, and then I'll apply various effects with the gouaches. I've already applied a bit of chipping fluid to this surface to later remove a bit of the dusting effect. So now what I'm doing is I'm removing some of that pre-dusting from certain areas while leaving it in the nooks and crannies, in the joints etc., which is where the dirt would accumulate in reality. If you look, as I dab the surface with the water, some of that pre-dusting layer is being removed. I keep cleaning the brush and remove bits wherever I want. This will provide a base for subsequent treatment with the gouaches in our case. Although you might also do the same with oils or acrylics. It's entirely up to you. The important thing is to have that dusting effect and to create a base to work from. This base ensures you have a matte surface. And with the process I've done here, I'm making sure that the paint will be super matte later on. Let's start with some simple pieces first, like some tyres and a turret, to which I'll add some dust. I'll use the dark earth, the dry earth and the dust, mixing the colours on the model itself. I add it first a little more solid and then dilute it with water. As you water it down, that ridge you sometimes get with acrylics should disappear. I'll leave it like that for now. I'm going to continue working on this model. I've already applied some pre-shading, some pre-dusting that I removed with the chipping fluid, and now I'm going to apply the gouaches. I've diluted a bit. As you can see, they dry quite quickly. They create an effective dust and dirt effect, especially because with this product we're guaranteeing a matte finish. Of course, they can be combined with pigments and other techniques. And as you can see, some interesting effects can be achieved. Just look at the splashing in this area and all the rain marks and stuff I've been able to create. The mud effect is very convincing and realistic. The exact colour of the mud, dust, dirt and everything else is entirely up to you. Naturally, the range of colour combinations is huge and entirely down to personal choice. That's it finished now. I've finished off the wheels with a bit of pigment and some motor oil type paint. As you can see, this is the result of using gouache as part of the process to create dust, rain marks, spatter and other effects. The result is entirely matte. This product can be used in numerous ways. It really is just a question of starting to try things out and discovering how you can include them in your painting style. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop us a like and follow us on our social media and official channels.